Hello everyone, my name is Proshenjit Sarkar and I am your funny English teacher. Today I am going to talk about one of the most boring topic, that is conditional sentences. Today I am going to discuss all the conditional sentences, all types of conditional sentences, the main four classic conditionals, then mixed conditionals, then other conditionals, some advanced conditionals and inversion conditionals. Are you ready to dive into this boring topic which I have pledged to make it engaging, interesting and exciting for you? Let's see how I can make this boring topic, how I can turn this boring topic to an interesting topic. Let's see. Conditional sentences. Conditional sentences. See the name conditional. That means there will be a condition. It will be based on a condition. Yes, it follows a conditional phrase, that is if clause. It follows the if clause. If clause means the sentence which starts with if, and the condition will come with the sentence with the word if. That's why the name of these types of sentences are conditional sentences. It's based on a condition. And why do we need to learn conditional sentences? Because conditional sentences help us connect our actions with our consequences. It helps us think logically. It helps us talk about real, unreal and imaginary situation. That's why conditional sentences are not just grammar rules, they are speaking tools. That's why you should learn the sentences to express scientific thoughts, to express consequences, actions. Conditional sentences help us express our ideas properly, help us talk about action and result. It helps us talk about our unreal dreams. Nowadays, most of the time we talk about our unreal dreams. I wish I could do this. I wish I were this, that. So we just live in our dreams. We live in our dreams. So that's why it is really important. So it helps us express our ideas. It helps us talk about action result. It helps us to talk about our wishes, our regrets. That's why we will learn conditional sentences. So this video is going to be, I'm gonna divide this video into 3 parts. In the first part, I'm gonna be talking about 4 classic conditionals. And in the second part, I'm going to talk about mixed conditionals and 3 advanced type of conditionals. In the third part, which is the last part of the video, I'm going to discuss the inversion conditionals and some advanced conditionals. Okay, so first part, let's start the first part of the video. 4 main classic conditionals. Number 1, zero conditional. Number 2, first conditional. Number 3, second conditional. Number 4, third conditional. Oh, it is confusing, right? To remember that, it is so confusing. Because number 1, the serial number 1 represents zero conditional. So you might get confused. No problem. You are my student and this is my duty to make it crystal clear and easy for you. So always subtract 1 from the serial number. If the serial number is 1 minus 1, 0. Number 1, zero conditional. Number 2, minus 1, first conditional. Number 3, minus 1, second conditional. Number 4, minus 1, third conditional. So easy to remember, isn't it? It is. So now let's talk about first conditional. First conditional always talks about facts. It is fact factory. Science lab English. Example. Think about the school bell. Dong, 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 dong. If the bell rings, the students leave. When the bell rings, the students leaves. Go, let's go home. Now the formula, if plus present plus present. If plus present comma present. That is a simple structure of first point, serial number first, zero conditional. Another example, if I hit the ice, it melts. If I hit the water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. It boils, the boiling sound. Well, so I need to make the sound because I don't edit my videos and I have no time to add sound effects. So that's why I'm making the sound. No, I'm making it, I'm doing it to make it memorable for you. So now, number 2, yes, -1, first conditional. First conditional. Imagine a boy studies and say, if I study hard, I will pass. If I study hard, I will pass. Real possibilities. And it is teacher's favorite conditional. If you study hard, you will pass. If you study hard, you will get the number 1 rank. Run behind rank. That's why it is teacher's favorite. And now formula. If plus present, will plus base verb. If plus present, will plus base verb. Simple formula. Let me give you an example. If it rains, we will stay home. If it doesn't rain, we will play. Simple example. So easy, right? And now, number 3. 3 -1, second conditional. Whoa, second conditional. I love second conditional. Everybody loves second conditional. Why? Because second conditional talks about unreal dreams, unreal present, unreal futures, imaginary situation. And we love to imagine. This is shower thoughts English. If I were rich, I would buy a Ferrari. If I were the Prime Minister of India, then I would solve the problem of Indian economy. If I own the lottery, I would travel the world. If I were tall, I would play basketball. But I'm not. That's why I'm regretting here. So it talks about unreal dreams and unreal future, unreal present and unreal future. And now when I mention unreal present, unreal future, unreal present, if I were tall, I'm talking about present thing. I'm not tall in present. Unreal future, if I own the lottery, so unlikely, it is so unlikely, hypothetical, it is imaginary. So whenever you want to say something purely unlikely, hypothetical, unreal, then you will use that simple conditional, second conditional. Now, number 4, -1, third conditional. Yes, number 4, third conditional. Third conditional. Imagine a boy regretting holding the paper, holding the mark sheet or grade sheet and crying. If I had studied hard, I would have passed the examination today. But I didn't study properly. Now I'm regretting. I'm crying because it can't be reset. Literally, I'm crying. So, third conditional talks about regret, past, which can't be changed. Formula: if plus past perfect, would have plus past participle. If I had studied hard, I would have passed the examination. If I had studied law, I would have become a lawyer. Why am I crying? So fourth conditional, we have discussed all the types of classic conditional. 1, 0 conditional. 2, first conditional. 3, second conditional. 4th, third conditional. And Let me sing a rhyme for you. Let me sing a rhyme for you. Okay. Zero is facts, is always acts. Second is real, future we deal. Okay, let me make it with clap. Or let me sing the rhyme with clap. Zero is fact, is always acts. First is real, future we deal. Third is unreal, what we imagine. Third is regret, can't reset. So, did you hear it properly or not? Okay, let me sing it again. Okay, now without clap. Zero is fact. Zero is facts, it always acts. First is real, future we deal. Third is dreams, not what it seems. Sorry. Okay, again restart. Now I want to make a mistake. I got it. Zero is facts, is always acts. First is real, future we deal. Second is dreams, not what it seems. Third is regret, can't reset. We can't reset that. So we are done with 4 main classic conditionals. Let me tell you a kutti story. Kutti means a small story. Once upon a time, there was a boy whose name is Sam. So Sam is a boy who loves to eat sugar. One day, he was thinking that if I eat too much sugar, I feel sick. Real. Then he is thinking again, if I stop eating sugar, I will be healthy. Real possibility. But regretting. But thinking about his dream that if I won lottery, then I would join gym. And then he is so fat now. He's on the larger side. Now he is regretting because it can't be reset. That if I hadn't eaten that much sugar, I would have become fit now. So that is a good story. You can remember 4 classic conditionals just by memorizing that story. And we learn by stories. Stories are like gold, which helps us to understand the world, which helps us to memorize the critical topics, challenging topics. So now comes the scariest level conditional, scariest boss level conditional. Mixed conditional. That's why I use that body language and to make it memorable. Scariest mixed level conditional. You can imagine of jhalmuri of West Bengal. You can imagine jhalmuri of West Bengal. So it is jhalmuri conditional, mixed conditional. Why? Because here we are going to mix second conditional and third conditional. Second and third conditional. By mixing second and third conditional, the language scientists created this mixed conditional. So number 1 mixed conditional, where past affects the present scenario. And the second type of mixed conditional is vice versa, where present affects the past scenario. So it is mixed. It is easy to remember. For example, let me give you the example of the student. So he is thinking Now here past will affect the present. If I had worked hard, I would be successful now. If I had worked hard yesterday, okay, let me use the time phrase. If I had worked hard yesterday, I would be successful today. See, past, he didn't study properly. That's why his future is now so terrible. If I had worked hard, I would be successful now. And then another boy was thinking about his exam. He's so delilu. So he's thinking, if I were smarter, if I were Einstein, if I were Einstein, then I would have solved the problem yesterday. If I were Einstein today, I would have solved the problem yesterday. So present, that I'm not smart, it is my present. That's why I couldn't do that. I affected the past, I ruined my past, I couldn't solve the problem. Easy? Easy or not? Yeah, easy. So, be happy because we have completed the classic conditional, 4 types of classic conditional and 2 types of mixed conditional. If you know these 6 types of conditional, then your English, you will achieve an advanced level of English. No, not only conditional will do that work. If you learn conditional, then your English will sound mature and professional. Then whenever you will open your mouth, you will speak heavy English, heavy, and everybody will take you seriously then. That is the power of conditionals. That's why you must learn conditional sentences. So we are done with 6 types of conditionals, 4 main classic conditionals and the 2 mixed conditional. They are the mixing of second and third conditional. If you can understand second and third conditional, then you will automatically understand the mixed type of conditional. Because this is the modified version of second and third conditional. And now we are going to talk about some special conditionals, some advanced conditional. Okay, I will make it easier for you. This advanced or special conditional sentences, they originated from this type of conditionals, this 6 types of main conditionals. 6 types of main conditionals. See, 4 types of main conditionals, they are the father of all types of conditional. If you can understand them, once you understand them properly, once you grasp them properly, then it will be a piece of cake for you to understand other types of conditional sentences, advanced and special. So starting with number 1, special conditional. What is that? That is number 1, should you need help, call me. Yeah, it is something new, unfamiliar to you, I know that. So number 1 is should. It starts from should. These are special types of condition. Number 1, should you need help, call me. It simply says that if you need help, if this happens, then call me. Should you need help, call me. Should you need help, call me. Another example, I'm thinking of another example. Should you need me, just call me. Simple example. If this happens, the simple meaning of if this happens, then call me. If you need help, call me. If you need money, just call me. If you want to go there, just call me. Should you go there, call me. If you need to go there, should you go there, call me. Okay, here should is used in place of if this happens. Okay, So simple. So should you need me? Call me. Should you go there? Call me. So simple. And now number 2. The formula where plus subject plus to, where I to, then verb. Where plus subject plus to plus verb. Were I to win the lottery, I would travel the world. Yeah. It is similar to second conditional, but it is the formal version. Formal. If you want to sound formal, then you will use that version of second conditional. Where plus subject plus to plus verb. Were I to win the lottery, I would travel the world. Were I to become the Prime Minister of India, I would solve the problem of all the Gen Zs. So simple, right? It is used in literature, in formal speech. And now let's talk about the third type of special conditional, that is inversion. Yeah, this is something really important. You should pay attention to that. This third type of inversion conditional. These are inversion conditionals. Inversion, where if is missing, right? The first type, what we see, the first type of inversion, should you need help? The simple explanation of that thing, if you need help, just call me. Should you need help, call me. If you go there, call Suman. Should you go there, call Suman. If you need to eat, just gesture towards me. Just gesture towards me. If you need help, should you need help? Should you eat? Just gesture towards me. So here we are just omitting if. So that is called inversion. Okay. And now inversion means changing the place. And now second type of inversion, where to. Were I to verb. Were I to win the lottery, I would travel the world. We are missing, we are just replacing, we are omitting. Yeah, omitting if. Omit means to make it disappear. And now third type of inversion. This is really important. I think you have heard that before. Let me tell you the sentence first. Had I known the answer, I would have told you. Had I known the answer, I would have told you. Yeah, you remember. It is similar to third conditional. If I had studied hard, I would have passed the examination. Had I studied hard, I would have passed the examination. Just simple inversion, simple change of place. If I had studied, had I studied. If I had studied, had I studied. So simple. So we are done with 4 classic conditionals, 2 mixed conditionals, and 3 inversions. And now we'll talk about some special conditionals. Special conditionals. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. So first part was 4 type of conditional, and second part is mixed conditional and this inversion conditionals. And now we have completed 2 parts. We have finished. We have discussed already 2 parts of the video. And now we are going to dive into some special conditional and advanced conditional. So the first type of special conditional. Number 1, unless. Unless. You have heard many times unless. Unless means simple example. Unless equals. Simple meaning unless equals if you don't. Unless if you don't. For example, you will fail unless you study. You will fail if you don't study. Then another example with unless. Next example. I won't go unless you come. I don't go unless you come. I don't go unless you come. That means I don't go if you don't come. If you won't come. I don't go if you won't come. So that is the simple meaning of unless, if you don't. Okay, now you use that sentence, use that phrase, use that conditional, special conditional. Now number 2 of special conditional is provided that. That is something really interesting. Provided that. Provided that. You can play provided that you will study. You can play provided that you can, you can play provided that you study for 1 hour. You will study for 1 hour. That is the simple meaning of, that is the use of provided that. And now third type of special conditional, as long as we use, if we want to talk about, let me give you an example. You can borrow my book as long as you will return that. It is like the meaning of as long as, on condition, on one condition. You can borrow my money as long as you will return that. On one condition, if you return that, only then you can borrow my money, otherwise you can't. So these are the 3 types of conditional, special conditional. Number one is unless. You can go there unless you finish your study. You can't go there unless you finish your study. You can't go there unless you finish your study. You can't go there if you don't finish your study. Simple sentence structure, simple explanation. Number 2, provided that. Provided that means if you can play provided that you study. You can go outside provided that you finish your homework. Then number 3, as long as, on condition. You can borrow my money as long as you return that. You will return that. These are the 3 types of special conditionals. And now let's discuss some advanced conditional. This is the third part of our video. Advanced conditional. Okay? Oh, so uncomfortable, man. Roll up your sleeves. What sleeves actually? So take a deep breath and start the topic of advanced conditional. Point number A. I will talk, there is no name of this conditional. I will just tell you the phrases we use to express these conditionals. So number 1, A, it is even if. The phrase even if shows strong contrast, extreme contrast. Even if we will play, even if it rains, even if it rains, we will play. Even if we lose the fight, we will fight with honor. That is a simple example of even if. It shows strong contrast, extreme contrast. That's why I love that. I will create videos even if no one likes it. But please like. I was just giving an example, okay? So that was the thing. And now point B. B was, let me remember, man, I forgot. The B was, if only I wish. If only moments. If only phrase is used when you talk about a deep regret. If only I had studied hard, I would have passed the examinations. Yeah. It is the third conditional. It is similar to third conditional. If I had studied hard, if only I studied hard, I would have passed the examination. If only I were taller, I would play basketball. So it is unreal present, and that one, if only I had studied hard, I would have passed the examination. That is unreal. That is past regret. And I wish, that is so close to my heart, because we use that thing, that phrase. I wish I could go there. I wish I could travel the world. I wish I had helped her. That kind of sentence you can use. I wish I had helped her. Simple explanation. Simple explanation. Focus on pronunciation. And now, C. But for. That is so interesting. But for. How we use that? If you had helped me, I had passed the examination. No. If you had helped me, I would have passed the examination. Yeah, that's right. That was right. If I had studied hard, I would have passed the examination. Or yeah, if you had helped me, I would have passed the examination. So you can replace if you had helped me by but for your help. But for your help, I mixed it up. Restart. So but for uses but for this phrase can be used interchangeably with the third conditional. But here it should be negative. If you hadn't helped me, I wouldn't have passed. So here, how will you use but for your help? But for your help, I wouldn't have passed the examination. If it hadn't rained, we would have started our journey. So but for the rain, we had started our journey. Okay, the first sentence, I'm mixing it up. Yeah, I need to study more. I'm interested in more. I need to revise more. So okay, again reframe. But for, it can be but for. The phrase but for can be used interchangeably with the third conditional. But here it should be negative sentence. If you hadn't helped me, I wouldn't have passed the examination. But when you use but for your help, I wouldn't have passed the examination. Oh, I said that right, no problem. But here in the second context, if it hadn't rained, we had started our journey. But for the rain, we hadn't started our journey. Okay, and now we have discussed A, that one, point number A, even if, B, then if only and I wish, C, but for, and now D. D talks about otherwise and or else. Otherwise, we use otherwise in our daily life. How? Hurry up, otherwise you will miss the bus. Hurry up, otherwise you will miss the bus. The simple meaning of otherwise is if you don't. Sorry. If you don't know. Yeah, if you don't. If you hurry up, if you don't wanna miss the bus. Or else. Otherwise and or else can be used interchangeably. They produce the same meaning. Hurry up, otherwise you will miss the bus. Hurry up or else you will miss the bus. Study hard or else you will fail. Study hard, otherwise you will fail. Simple example, right? And now E, the type E from advanced conditional sentences. point number E. It talks about three phrases: supposing, imagine, and what if. Yeah, supposing, imagine, and what if. Supposing. Let me give you an example. Supposing you win, you own the lottery. Supposing you own the lottery, what would you do? Supposing you own the lottery, what would you do? Supposing we won the fight, what history will say of us? What history would say of us? Then next sentence, imagine. We heard that before. Imagine you were the Prime Minister of India. What would you change? What would you do? What change would you bring? Imagine you had what? Imagine you had wings. I was about to say feathers. Imagine you had wings. Where would you fly to? Then next sentence, next point, next phrase, what if they don't show up on the right time? What would you do? What if I become a great speaker? How would I react? So that kind of sentences. So we talk about number A, the phrases like if only. B, we talk about even if. Number A was even if, the phrase against A point was even if. B was if only and I wish. C was otherwise and or else. Then D was supposing, imagine, and what if. These are the things we discussed in our video, and I hope you liked this video. I got tangled in the middle of the video sometimes, but I hope that you understood properly. And now let me tell you one thing. Please comment one or two sentences using each type of conditionals, and I will check whether you were writing them right or not. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you liked that video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. And do this to tap on your chest and say loudly, I can speak English confidently.